I can hear it.
I think we should put it up. I think we should put it before 480 because it's going to be a little bit better for streaming purpose.
Okay.
All right. Everything else looks good, good.
Sadly, the film will not be in 1080p on this video, but if you watch the movie, it will be in 1080p.
We're going to provide the link in the description for the podcast.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is in the whole beginning here is I do like the entry music.
Really, thanks, man. This was a song by Die Alps, and I think it's called Dwight. Maybe I think it's a different song, but yeah, it's probably Dwight or Battles. But Die Alps is a pretty good band. One of my favorite bands. They're a local area. They live in Tampa.
I was just making sure the thing isn't lagging.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It's a local band area in Tampa. Connie is the lead singer of the band. She's from Germany, Austria. She is fantastic. She is so sweet. We met on the set of a film called Hangman, and then she was telling me that she does music. And she told me that I could use her songs.
She's the second person you met on the film of Hangman, because Nick was on Hangman too, right?
Nick was not on Hangman.
Oh, he's not. Sean was on Hangman.
Sean Gloria, yeah.
Okay.
I've never talked to him. I never met him, but I've seen him on set.
Okay.
That's the funny thing.
I'm sure we can get him on the podcast.
I did see him on a DirecTV commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know that guy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, who the fuck is this dude? I'm dead ass. But I was really glad that she gave me permission to use the music for free. It was great.
So that's an original song.
Yeah, Die Alps is an indie band, and I've always wanted indie. This is an indie film. I've always wanted indie, and her songs are beautiful. They're the perfect choice for the film, as well as my drama teacher. You'll see. You'll see.
You guys do a lot of weird. Was I not supposed to be? What?
This was the first day of filming.
My own perspective on you
We
guys.
were there for like an hour or two.
I wonder why it's doing that. That's not normal. Let me see if I can.
As I was saying, after you guys decided to just bail on me or whatever, I decided to just, look around.
It's still doing
Make
it.
a few friends, look at the art gallery.
It's not buffering, because you see this?
Yeah.
But until
Okay, we'll try one more
girl.
thing. Just take it down 30, 360. Is this painful for you?
A little bit, because it's buffering a lot.
No, I mean watching it in 360 instead of your 1080.
Yeah.
not a lesbian. She's not a lesbian. And yes,
It's not. It's definitely not the quality of the video. It's something else. I don't know what.
Well, if it keeps happening, we could just do the questions of the film.
Well, I don't know why it's doing that, because it was working fine when I tested it last night.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe let me take this off the other screen. Maybe that will help.
We're going back on commercial break.
No, we're not. We're staying our asses right here. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, fuck, man.
All right. Let's see if this works.
Joking.
her name is Natalie Jones.
Yeah, it's still doing it, man.
Hang on. Maybe, hang on. 1 second. Stop. Don't do that. That's loud.
Really?
Yeah, that's loud. You can hear it in your headphones. You're going to hear it louder.
It did not hurt my ears.
I know. The mic is connected right to the table, though. Hang on 1 second. Let's leave that. Still streaming. Okay, now let's try it.
Sounds like I thought. She's not any of those things. I am telling you the truth. I promise you, she's none of the things. She is a beautiful straight
better.
girl with beautiful eyes.
All right, so what were you saying about the scene?
A
This was
personality
the
full of
first day of filming. We shot this with Irvin did the camera work for it. While I did some of it because it was pretty difficult. We should have had a monitor. We could have.
A monitor for the for
Yeah.
the highlights and lows.
But we had it, but we didn't have, I was unprepared. But
Like, I knew it wasn't me because like I have a thing for it. Like,
that was the best day of
Okay.
filming.
Okay. Listen.
I like the
Natalie
foreshot.
is not a lesbian, and Natalie is not a slut. Natalie is very different once you get to meet her. I promise. She's very beautiful. Okay?
I like that guy too.
Marry her.
Nehemiah,
Who
I
was
don't
that?
know,
He Nehemiah Kilbrister.
but I'm taking my time.
See, he was doing an accent, right?
Yes.
It's not his real accent.
No.
Okay, I like that. I like that he was doing an accent. It was good. Whose idea was it? Whose idea
He was
the
doing
accent?
it. It was his idea. It was actually my idea.
Oh, okay. So I like the foreshot. I like the whole four friends thing. That's cool. Bring up my notes on the issue.
This song was made by my drama teacher,
I love this song. I love the music.
Mr. Petard.
From Hillsborough High School?
How did you know?
He was my drama teacher.
You went to Hillsborough.
I did.
I went to Hillsborough too, man.
I didn't know he made music.
You,
I did not know that.
he was in a band for like, I believe, 20 years.
I never heard that. So basically, I love this shot here.
Yeah,
So now you're basically going back and forth through time. Basically, you're telling this story from the future, and then you're going back to certain parts when the romance story started, right?
I think what I'm doing is that it's basically opening up where he ends up now.
Yes. So you
So,
open
yeah.
the film with where he is now.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
And
one thing is he did look the same. So it was a little bit. One thing I will say, it was I felt like I understood when you were switching time, but visually it was a little bit hard to distinguish, except for sometimes he was shaven.
That's a really good point. I think the whole point is that for Tom trims his hair quite frequently.
I like these shots, by the way.
Yeah, there was a little bit of continuity.
You know,
You'll see like the door,
Yeah.
like the windows were supposed to be closed. Maybe I was
So-
wanted to throw the idea that he just quickly closed it and then hit the door. But there's no way you're gonna time that.
well, I just like the composition of that shot. It's
That-
a very nice shot, and I love the one at night too, where he's lit by the TV light.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I know.
That was
but
my shot right
I'm
there.
on my way home from work, and I thought we could talk.
Okay. What do you need?
Tom, you look like you haven't slept in a week.
So now the blinds are closed. They should be closed, but
Well,
continuity.
regardless,
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about you, and I know I'm not the only one. I mean, after what happened to Natalie, I'm concerned.
Your concern is unwarranted.
Contact Dr. Fisher. He's helped this family
That
out
editing.
before, and I think he'll
Perfect.
help you.
That scene right there. Perfect editing. Perfect audio.
I will
I gotta
say,
go home, but promise me you'll call him.
Yeah.
See right there, like the editing right there is perfect.
seeing if I can take some of that hiss out of that signal. So I like this shot too. And I will say the shots leading into the scene where it's the hallway, I like those too, and I like the fact that it helped the pacing. One thing I
Yeah.
felt like was good in this movie was the pace. Like I noticed that from the very, very beginning. The very, very beginning of the film, I felt like it was paced very confidently. You weren't rushing. It was good, and you were using these establishing shots of the city and stuff like that. So that I appreciate that, and I love when people do that for their opening shots.
I think that's what we do, and I think the reason why I put the art gallery at the same time is because I don't want to like put that forward. That would like move up. That would like slow the film down. So I feel like it's sort of like we're slowly time looping to it.
Yeah.
Like it's like looping to that event.
Yeah.
So we're latching to the past now,
Right.
to how they meet, and that's like it's like a little chapter 1 tagline, the meet.
Yeah.
I was gonna put the greet.
Now, I do want to point out that, now, just to note, we've had one emotional scene where Tom shows an emotion in the mirror where he starts crying. And now we're going back in time to the meet. It's at the art gallery.
Matt right here, Matt Jones is a great actor, and he's great. Like he's just cool, man. He's a cool dude.
He is good, but the audio here is terrible. And this is basically from the camera audio, right? The onboard mic. Okay.
correct.
So obviously you need a boom in that room and to hear him. But he's a very confident actor because you see how he's not rushing. See how he's focused on you, and then he looks down to show thought.
So I will explain this part here. Okay, so when Tom and Natalie meet, they met about, and I know how continuity is because look, I shaved, and then that beginning of the film, I finally met the girl.
Yeah.
I would say that was about like 2 months ago.
Right.
That's how they met 2 months ago, and then that scene in the opening was a month after. So I would say that in months, if I were to say this, the film takes place on a same year, 2018. I would say that the film took place in February, and I would say that is April 2018, and then.
So in the past here, this is where he's meeting the girl. He is clean shaven, and in the future scene, the present day, where we saw that in the beginning of the film, he had some facial hair. So that's kind of we're distinguishing so far right now. So I think it's visually it makes sense.
And he had to he started to grow some facial hair because they've been together. They've been hanging out for like 3 months. And
Any comments? Any questions that are coming up? Or just
no, I just got a text.
Oh, okay.
Thank God the phone did not ring during the shit.
Also, I will say I love this shot because look how long it is. I like it because it's showing that interaction between all 4 actors. It is a very long shot. The audio is terrible. I can hear what they're saying, but I like basically everyone's performance in this.
Right. We've worked together.
But as you can hear, the audio isn't focused on any one actor. It's just kind of just there in the environment.
Yeah, Abigail in the film. Stephanie Curves. I've worked with her again in The Chosen Woman.
Stephanie is
Right here, the girl right there. The girl in the middle who I was talking to in that shot. We worked together on a film called Dirty Riches by Diego Bascalet. Great filmmaker.
okay. Here's our
This
love
is
interest.
where we get to the encounter.
What's the girl's name again? So Tom is about to meet the boy meets girl scene is about to hit its stride. So Tom is about to meet what's her name? Natalie.
Yes, Natalie Jones.
And what was his sister's name again? Amy?
Amy Stevens.
Okay, Amy Stevens. This is Tom Stevens. His sister Amy Stevens. That's who we saw earlier.
Maverick, man. Maverick's cool. He's cool.
Who just left the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked very believable.
Please.
As just the art guy. Just there watching, looking at art.
Look, I've been admiring the art. They're fantastic.
That right there, because when I looked at I wanted to work on that a lot more with my eye. When I'm looking at her, it's like I'm looking at something else and then back. That I hate
Put yourself
so
out
much.
there, or no one will see it.
I like the cinematography. I like the lighting.
Paul Rivera, man.
If I don't put
He
my
did
work
this
out
one.
there, no
Some of the shots were done by me because Paul's, he wasn't available on the entire shoot.
Right.
So we shot this for about 3 months, and he wasn't available for all the days prior to the shoot, but the days that he was available, he shot that scene. Yeah, okay, so yeah, he shot that scene. Jahira's so great. Like, I would love to work with her again. She's so amazing.
Jahira plays Natalie there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was done by me.
Yeah.
I actually just put the camera right there.
It's a good shot.
Yeah. Some of the shots, most of the shots were me because I just set the shots on the. I set it there. I framed it and I kind of
Just
Did
left
it.
the camera there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. You've got a good eye, as not just as a, as a cinematographer
Yeah.
yourself.
See-
that shot was you too.
Yep.
Good shot.
See, I like the shots
Very
right
good
here.
composition.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Who's that?
Maya
Mm-hmm.
and Madison Wyeth.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
They have the
Well,
same
I'm
last
extremely
name?
Sorry for your
Yeah.
Oh, they're
I
sisters.
understand that Natalie
No,
is
they're
a
not.
Oh, okay.
Kind girl. You can always contact me.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Man, you need an audio guy.
Yeah.
It's okay
in,
though.
In the original scene, I kind of wanted to have like a little bit of a kiss on the cheek, but I felt like maybe I wanted because
Okay,
Tom's
now-
character is so fucking handsome, and it's like he should be getting the girls, but I feel like it wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, I'm gonna give you credit for you have good timing for cuts too. Like when the scene ends, you cut to the next one, and it feels like the perfect moment.
Austin Janowski, man, he is fucking awesome.
So that's Austin right here.
Yeah, he is known for Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead,
I've seen he's in the movie. Dawn of the Dead.
not the Zack Snyder film, but he has.
Oh, okay.
He's in a show called Dawn and the Dead.
Oh,
by,
okay.
by Rick Danford.
Oh, okay. Now I will say, I saw that 180 mess up there.
Fuck it. Have you ever heard of the cinematographer Philippe Roselot?
These are good shots, though. I
Yeah.
will say I love the composition and lighting.
Have you ever seen? Okay, if you've seen the movie The Nice Guys, you know they break the 180. Like in a 2:35 ratio, you know their faces are like on that side or that side, and who cares? Some films I've seen with the cinematography, they always break the 180.
If they have a reason, I think that's fine. But if they don't, I think it's like there's no reason to do it.
Right, understandable.
You know.
Look, listen, you are one of my best employees. Okay, you're hardworking. You always come early, especially when there's work, that comes in. So you take your time.
We shot this in one
as
day.
much as you need, and then when you're feeling better, when you're feeling really good, then you can come on back.
I love the lighting,
Don't
man.
worry, your position will be here when you come.
I like his hair.
Don't worry about
This
that.
is present day, so you can see the hair on his face and everything. I like his hair. I like the lighting.
You worry about it.
I like the dark room that they're in. I like this transitional shot there.
That was me. That shot was me.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, Paul wasn't there with me at the hotel, so I was there all alone, and I paid $90 to stay.
See that there is an okay time to break the 180. You did go into a close-up from there.
Yeah.
So we didn't get an emotional reaction there, which is fine. Here we are at the date scene.
This was the hardest one. That was the last day of filming.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome to Independent
Who's
Bar
this?
Cafe.
Savannah West.
Savannah West.
What'll it be?
Well, I'll have the pepperoni pizza along with salad and chicken.
So he is clean shaven again. So now we know we're back in the past.
And for you, let me take a grilled chicken sandwich.
See, the
salad.
audio right here, it got a lot worse because of, we didn't pay to,
Close the whole place down.
yeah. So we just did it with the people in general, and that was fine.
We were in a. Well, if I was rich, we'll be in a much better
A little
place
more
than
light
square.
would help, but I don't hate the lighting. I don't hate it.
I shot that. The camera was me and Booker.
See, he needs light, but I don't hate the whole. I don't hate the environment. I don't hate the location. I like the location actually. The audio, obviously. Well, there's no need to beat a dead horse there. She is quite pretty. If you're gonna do a romance, one of the things that people do, obviously, is find the most beautiful people that they can to make sure that the audience can just get it. Like, here's one reason why this character is willing to go through all the things they go through the film for this woman, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we were supposed to get this done by 8, like from 6 to 8 or 7 to 9, and then the people got louder, which, you know, that's the thing I don't like, is that when people get a lot louder in the place, it makes it much more complicated, and it makes us prolong the shoot.
Yeah.
Because we want to get everything done.
But they're just customers.
Exactly.
They're not in the movie, so it's like the later it gets, more people show up at the restaurants.
And it gets more difficult.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been great, you know, if
Somebody had a lavalier.
yeah. There could have been like at least a basement, like at least like an attic. Maybe an attic upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But this place did not have an attic. And but we shot it at the Independent Bar and Cafe, a place in Seminole Heights across from Hillsboro. Great people, though. I really appreciate the people for letting us shoot.
Anytime a business will let you shoot, especially when they're doing business hours, is great, because it gives you it gives you location. It also gives you background actors who don't even know they're in the movie, if you're doing it right. Now, I will say what is a little confusing about this scene is I get the impression in the beginning they're on their first date, but then at the end of the scene, he's asking if she wants to move in with him. Is that right?
Yeah, Tom is one of those characters that is just so quick.
Sporadic.
Yeah, I would say that word if that's what you want to say. If that's what you want to call it, then I guess he's sporadic. He's very in the mood when it comes to meeting a woman. Once they're in love, they're in love. He just quickly goes to it.
Yeah. Did she ask him if he was falling in love with her at the end of the scene?
Yes.
Okay, that was the line there. So that kind of makes you feel like you do crazy things when you're in love, right? And here it's kind of like it's like love at first sight, or he's really in love with her. So that would then start to make a little more sense. Mm-hmm. Is that what you imagined when you wrote that scene?
Yes.
Did that scene play out the way that you wrote it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus the audio.
You know what's funny? Is I do my laundry at this laundromat. It's
Really?
right around the corner from here.
We shot this on the same day too, the first day of filming.
Dude, this is right up the street. It's hilarious because I saw this. I was like, that looks like my laundromat. And then I saw the other shots. I was like, that's definitely my laundromat.
Really?
It's from a while ago because they don't have those white ones anymore. But it's like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's 100% my laundromat. And I thought about shooting things there so many times because it's a 24/7 laundromat.
Well, yeah, you can shoot in there actually.
You guys asked for permission?
No, we just went right in and did it.
Yeah.
There was nobody in there.
Yeah, there's nobody there. This guy.
My problem is that my friend is being offered help from the people he truly cares about, and he is spitting at their faces, shaking his head.
What he's doing is extremely difficult.
Shaking your head.
Because that's a very specific accent.
Fucking Irvin, what is he doing in the background?
He's with you guys, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's cool. He's on his phone.
A man gives you help, you take it. I understand. You've been through so much in your life.
But he's very loud, as somebody wearing red right in the corner of your shot.
To take our advice, get some help.
Usually,
It's not that hard.
if you want somebody to be a part of the scene, they kind of blend in with the scene. So if he had like a muted color, like a white or taupe, or like just some less loud color on, it would help him blend in better.
Of course.
That way these guys stand out more.
This movie would have been rated R if this was going through the MPAA rating.
Shout out to Charles, man. He did a great job in this film too. Like, I liked his character. And then shout out to Nick. He told me he was playing a gay character. He did it very well, believably. He colored his hair and everything. Not that that's a gay thing to do, but it's commitment. All right. Again, a good time to cut. I like that you used the establishing shot.
This was not in the script. We just did it.
You just did this because
Yeah.
I just felt like you should have it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Dean.
Yeah, that was in the script.
Listen, I know you're busy, bro. I got an opportunity for you.
Oh, God.
I got this friend that's trying to put together a movie. Thing is, they need a writer.
No.
No, Tom, it'll be fine.
I said no.
Tom, listen. I know.
Dean, fuck off, okay? I told you, I don't write anymore, you stupid goddamn son of a bitch.
It's a little bit harsh.
Because I'm going through a lot.
He is.
Yeah. Well, funny fact is that actually wasn't the script. You'll see. Yeah, that was shot in my backyard.
Tough location, brother. Tough
Yeah.
location there.
Because we wanted an actual therapist. Like, we wanted to shoot in an actual room, but...
That's a tough location. That doesn't look like a therapy. That looks like somebody coming there for a crime. It does.
But my mom...
Look at the windows.
Here's the thing. My mom set this location... Like, she actually made it look like a real therapy room.
Good effort.
So she is the production designer of this film.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
And then you got
Steven.
people in here.
You got Steven.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Shout out to Steven. Who's that? Who's this?
Julio.
Julio. Who else is in this shot? Who are those two girls there?
Brooke and Danielle, or...
Oh, you forgot Danielle's name? Shout out to Brooke. Shout out to Danielle, if that is actually her name.
I think
and
so,
who's
yeah.
this behind the computer?
Tiara Sanders.
All right, now here's my only issue with this typing part here. There's no light coming from the screen.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to put it entirely on the keyboards.
Yes, come in.
You gotta have, see, the damn computer's not even on.
Yeah, you see what I mean? He's a stupid therapist.
I got that immediately. I didn't know if you were doing that on purpose or if he was just not giving a great performance of a therapist.
It was on purpose because he's just being a stupid therapist.
Well, it could work because if you're in a location that's not legit, then all of a sudden you expect the people who work there to not be legit too.
Well, this is Adam Oliver. He's the guy that is in every movie I make. He plays the Penguin in JLA United.
All right, shout out to Adam. Shout out to Adam.
Let's watch this good scene here because I have nothing to say about the commentary for this one.
Again, I was gonna say
Wait, what were you gonna say?
the pool shot. I thought was a transition.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Babe, I'm home.
Okay, so we cut back to the past.
Natalie.
Probably, you want more to distinguish the past from the present than just.
Natalie.
By the way,
I had to take off. That's why I took off my headphones.
aggressive with the screeching thing, bro. You're supposed to ease in, but not go past a certain dB, and then ease out. That shit was aggressive.
Yeah. This is it. This is right here.
I see her on the fucking floor, man. On the fucking floor. So we took her to New York. For God's sake, I nearly fucking fainted. Cancer. Fucking cancer, man.
I was smiling a little bit because Adam was right there. He was cracking up.
I was wondering if you were laughing.
I was actually crying, right? Not, I was fake crying for real. That one, not for real. I was actually fake crying in that scene.
She was my fucking wife. She fucking was my fucking wife. She was my fucking wife.
Now imagine sitting in the lobby hearing that. You might have. So this might have been a good chance to cut back to the lobby to get a reaction shot.
Yeah.
But it was I like the lines.
Hold it in, so letting it out. I know it's painful, but this is necessary pain.
Adam is doing an excellent job playing a bad therapist.
All right.
Cope a little better.
Look at him. Look at his body language. Like if therapists focus on body language, even that's wrong. He's not supposed to close himself off from the
Right.
patient. He's not supposed to cross his hands like that.
But that's the whole point. Like there's supposed to be some heartbroken moments too. A therapist just doubting him.
Would she consider that betrayal?
It's kind of fucked up.
Is it right there what he just said?
Because he's basically asking, do you think she cheated, right? When he says, would she consider it betrayal? Why would she not consider it betrayal? Unless she thought it was just payback.
Right.
You know? So I would have. Was that what you meant when you wrote that?
I didn't wrote the script.
Huh?
I wrote like the first draft of the script.
Uh-huh.
And then my buddy Ron Hand, who doesn't live it, he's not local. He lives in I think Pittsburgh. He did the final draft of the script.
Oh, okay.
Some of the scenes that were not in the script, like this one right here. Let's see.
So this is where he takes the job.
Not that one. Some parts of some of them that were like, you know,
Hey, Dean.
I'm
sorry about my attitude earlier. I'm just a bit angry. Anyways, what's the name of the guy that you said that was making a movie?
So I like the cut from there because we get what just happened there. Establishing shot. Back at the hotel.
Yeah, Dean.
I dig the
I talked to
composition.
Montgomery, and she's willing to give you a shot if you can deliver her a story.
Yeah, but I haven't written a word yet.
And you're the best writer I know, and that is a fact. I've got faith in you, man.
What's his name again?
Dan Allman.
Dan Allman. And he was at the gallery too, right? That's the same guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was
the guy from the gallery.
I was starting to get worried. It's like, wait, is that not the same guy?
Mr. Stevens?
Okay, I like it. I like
Yeah, it's me.
some stuff about this here.
How are you today? I'm Dr. Kennedy.
So like some of the lines,
Dr. Kennedy with some tattoos here.
some of the lines we did was improv. We just improv it.
We're adults here, kind of
Improvisation.
Okay, now her eye line
multiple tests on her.
is your 180 thing again.
How is this freaking 180?
We even did an MRI.
She clearly sat down on the right side of him
There's no easy way to
when
say
she
this.
came in.
Why? She's supposed to be like on tilted like that.
So, look, he's looking to the left and she's looking to who's to the left of them?
I'm not.
That's the 180. So what you can do though is you can flip this pretty easily. Just horizontal flip or vertical or horizontal flip, and it'll kind of help with the 180.
Yeah. So that was improv. That reaction right there was improv.
That's good.
Fuck. Shit.
Like the lines with the opening of the film was improv. I wrote some lines into that. That was not in the script. The opening, I just wrote that. So yeah, it is. I did write the script too, but the opening was improv. The scene when I'm yelling at him, at my therapist, it was part of it, but some lines were improv. So most of the times, like 95% of the script is mostly improv when we do the lines. When it comes to the film.
I think her performance is really good, actually. What's her name?
RJ Widmeyer?
RJ, what's her last name?
Widmeyer.
Whitmire. RJ Whitmire. Shout out to you for your performances. She's the doctor. She's not the nurse.
We've
right?
worked together on another film called, it was called Mop Stress Inc., which is a film that we did together for one scene. I was a mechanic, and I threw a knife at her.
Oh, wow.
And she put a knife, like, actually on my face. And fucking scared me.
This is good cinematography, but shout out for real to RJ, because like, I'm serious.
A doctor
good
with
job.
tattoos is really rare.
We'll forget the tattoos. I just felt like her tone was right.
Yeah.
It felt like she was a medical professional of some kind.
I'm gonna go make us some breakfast. How about that?
So I also want to note that we got an emotional reaction in that last scene. You're gonna notice a theme here with me referencing all these emotional reactions from Tom.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the past again.
All of the hotel scenes were done in one day.
Then we'll go see.
That's good. Makes sense.
Yeah. Except for,
Why
except
is
for
he
the
living in a
opening.
hotel, by the way?
I love you so much, Tom.
Because they're struggling
Baby, what's wrong?
to find another house. So
Oh, okay.
that's
I just.
Hotels are fucking expensive, bro.
I feel like.
No, this was
anything
$90.
lasts.
No, I mean, if you're gonna pay $90
What are you trying
every
to
night,
say?
that's
Yeah.
expensive.
I would have shot it in a beautiful
You have
one.
taken
I would have shot it in
care
an
of
actual
yourself,
good hotel,
fine.
like in downtown,
And you don't deserve the bit.
like Hotel Floridian.
What are you trying to say? That you want to die?
Because this one had roaches, and this was a little dirty. The air conditioning was like off and on at times, and my nose was constantly bleeding.
I love the way it looks though on film.
Yeah.
This is a nice hotel. It has character. The lighting is cool. I like the color of the walls. Like it's a nice hotel in terms of a location.
Yeah.
It has character.
Well, hey, I appreciate it.
You picked a good one, but maybe you don't want to actually live there.
No, next time I think we're gonna look for another house because I'm tired of shooting things almost at my house. And sometimes, when we have a house that we are about to use, it fucking like changes up at the last minute because of some stupid thing that's happening.
Now she's sick in this because she on like some kind of treatment like chemo, radiology, something.
They're doing
like that.
chemo, so
Okay.
basically she's going through chemotherapy, and they're doing the best they can to.
Did you
shrink
ask her to
down
cut her
tumor.
hair?
Oh, I did, and she said no.
You asked her to cut her.
I don't want her to. I was gonna buy a wig for her too.
Like a bald wig.
The one, the pink hair with that Natalie Portman uses in Closer. Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is, I realize that's probably, an actress doesn't want to cut their hair. What she probably could have done though, to like just to show the difference, is she could have had her hair straightened for a certain portion of the movie when she was healthy.
This is my favorite scene. This was not in the script.
Well,
This was improv.
classified as suicidal.
Okay, and who's that, by the way? Who's that actor?
Booker.
Booker is good, man. I just want to say he has a really good line at the end of the scene.
You'll see. So tell me, who are they and why are they so strict about it?
Well, I don't know. They just seem to have training that recognizes certain behaviors such as throat slitting and
throat slitting.
cutting and hanging. Typically suicidal behaviors.
You know what? Nobody's ever asked me why I do it. Y'all don't ever question.
Hang on a sec. Yeah. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, this is terrible.
He's
Hello?
a shitty
Hey,
therapist.
Dr. Fisher, did I
That was not improv.
bother you?
Actually, yeah, that was.
What's going on?
It's going really well.
Yeah, now I shaved.
So,
I thought about what you said. I thought about it very carefully. I'm ready to move on.
All right.
what he's saying here made me feel like he was calling to let him know he was committing suicide.
That's what I wanted people to think.
Years old. There's a lot of shit I want to do with my life.
But why would I
don't
shave?
wanna
But if I
stay-
shaved, that wouldn't mean I'm committing suicide.
Well, the shaving was a little confusing because it felt like you were going back to the past, but we know the doctor's in the future. So that was
Yeah.
only a little confusing, but it's just the way that
See my sister, tell her.
he was talking. If you see my sister, I'm ready to move on.
Sorry that
I'm very
I shut
sorry.
myself
Yeah.
away from
Goodbye.
friends.
It all sounds like a suicide.
But then something changes.
Well, I realized that because he said I want to move on with my I'm ready to do something with my life. I was like, that still can fit suicide. Like if he wants to give his death purpose, he chooses how he dies or something like that. But it sounded so much like a suicide.
Just watch this scene. This one's pretty cool.
Why not?
I want to hear Booker's
Best
line.
therapist I've
Yeah,
ever
that's
had.
all I want to wait for.
Then you know what else you did? You had what's her name walk up in black.
All right. I'm very sorry for interrupting you. When you get back to that, what were you saying?
Yeah, so can I get a new therapist? Because obviously you're shit at your job.
Shout out to Booker. Yeah, so then you have. So this basically becomes the new love interest, but you have her walk up wearing black, which made me feel like she's like a metaphor for death, which also was like, is he gonna kill himself? Yeah, is he gonna like walk into the ocean?
I love
She
her.
also walked from 2 different directions.
Yeah, camera. Sorry.
Oh, you have no respect for your 180 rule.
Fuck 180. Veronica Stoikova is
Nothing like
brilliant.
that. He has a lot of respect.
She is good, man.
I love her accent too. And that's actually her voice. That's actually her real accent. She's from Bulgaria.
She sounds like she's from Bulgaria.
We actually came to reshoot it though because we had like bad audio. The audio went off, and so the battery died. So we came back and we redid it.
Good for her.
Maybe we do a film about a little girl that's trying to find her way to Paris and, trouble ensues.
Maybe that's a metaphor for death, trying to tell you to move on. We got to, a deaf. Hey, we got it covered. I think that's why you may think that's a metaphor.
No, she walked up in black after he was saying all that stuff and made me think 1 + 1 = 2. It sounded like you could legit go into it like it's a suicide thing.
Or maybe she just came up and say, hey, Natalie's in a safe place. I'm your new girl now.
I'm just saying, if you watch that scene...
Now that scene here is definitely a dream.
This right here?
Yes.
It does not look like a dream. This is very good, by the way. Good location, good cinematography. Obviously,
Natalie.
from their dialogue, you can tell she's dead. She's
Ben.
gone.
To be honest, I've been just getting
The reason
by.
why there were some scenes where I wanted to add Natalie in it is because I really did not want anyone. I don't want Natalie to have a small role. I really wanted her to have like limited amount of screen time as Tom.
Well, she has a huge role.
Exactly.
Storytelling wise, she has a huge role. She's the romance. She's the person that's been lost.
And in the script containing it, if when I saw the final draft, it's like there wasn't enough Natalie, so I kind of put my old script ideas into it and I shoved it all together. It makes sense because I didn't want Natalie to be a small portion of the movie, even though she's a big portion of the film. That's his deceased wife. Paul did not shoot this one. Like I said, he was only there for 1 day. That's because he had work.
Right.
And so, he was making a lot of money, man, and plus he lives in my house, so, it's like rent money and shit. But in all honesty, I'm really glad that Paul actually did something. At least he came out and did the shots. So that's a good thing.
Then he did some good work.
This scene was very difficult.
Credit to you again continuously for having
Yeah.
good cuts, good transitions.
Now, here's the wedding scene. This was very difficult. It wasn't supposed to be him she was marrying to. It was supposed to be his wedding.
Whose wedding?
Adam. My sister was not supposed to marry him.
So yeah, that was a
She was supposed to marry him.
I was really glad that
And they were actually supposed to kiss for real.
We were just saying,
But unfortunately, this is what happened. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to have to. She didn't want to kiss him.
Okay. Him specifically?
Yeah.
He made her uncomfortable?
Just because he's ugly.
That's fucked up. That's
It
not
is.
why. That's not why.
Well, because it wasn't a big budget movie.
Well, I mean, a peck? Really? Nah. I'll say I like her performance, by the way. She's pretty too.
Her performance is absolutely great. But I didn't appreciate that. That's all. But we worked with what we got.
Yeah.
But that wasn't supposed to be the original idea of that scene.
Yeah, did she know ahead of time who was playing the role? Did she know?
Yeah, she knew, and
kind of changed her mind.
Yeah.
Did she say that it was because he's not attractive to her?
Well, that's what she is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she just kind of look around? Hey, Anthony, can I talk to you for a second?
No, she just messaged me and told me that.
Can you find someone else to kiss that I can kiss? Is what she said, something like that.
No, she just said she doesn't feel comfortable doing it. When in the beginning she said she doesn't mind it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't do that. That's
not cool, right?
It's not definitely not cool.
Yeah, if you agree to it, you agree to it.
Yeah.
But this was the best.
Other than that, good performance by her.
Yeah, good.
Mercedes
good
is her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend her.
Yeah. She normally, man, she's so pretty. I thought she was the love interest in the very, very beginning, but then I realized that was his sister.
Yeah. Why would I kiss my sister?
Well, the audience doesn't know that yet. You know what I mean? They just assume the first pretty girl they see is going to be
I kind of had a chuckle when she kissed me in that scene. Because, fun fact, this was the first time I actually had a kiss scene.
Ever in a movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she down from it from
I
the
mean,
beginning?
she's an actress. You know, that's actor's commitment, which was good. It's very professional. It is smart in the industry. You got to have a commitment. If
she knew about the kiss beforehand, right?
Yeah, she didn't tell me about it. She didn't question me about it. I didn't question her. It was like,
this is the job. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was great. I'm really glad that actors are willing to make a commitment for it. That's professional.
I will say, what's her name again? Who plays the new love interest? What's her name?
Veronica Stoykova.
Veronica. I feel like she's a good actress too. Like when she's got to convey that she loves Tom, right? I felt that, like the way that she was looking in the scene at him, it was believable, and it wasn't too much. Like she didn't look like she was really even trying hard. She was just there. It's like,
right.
Of course, I'm with him. Like it was just so believable.
You can see I cut my hair and all that because I'm moving on now.
Yeah, but you're still wearing black is the only thing.
I love black.
Well, I would just say that the dark colors kind of convey darkness, and if that doesn't change, then clap. And I love this music again.
That was a really quick movie. I wanted to make it like an hour and 30 minutes.
Bro, that was a 48-minute movie.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Who did the song?
Same band.
Same band?
Die-Outs.
It's good. Jeffrey Petard, I saw his credit. Shout out to Jeffrey Petard if you see me and recognize me. As your student, graduated 2007.
Mr. Petard! He's retiring.
Yeah, he's still at it, though.
Yeah,
he hasn't retired yet.
I'm mad that he's retiring.
It's all right, man.
I'm mad. I love Mr. Petard. He is one of he's my favorite teacher of high school. Like, out of all the other teachers, he was my favorite teacher.
It was between him and Mr. Cassiano for me.
You know Mr. Cassiano?
Absolutely, man. Mr. Cassiano was interesting.
What about Mr. Della Portilla?
I know him. I just didn't have him.
Have you ever had Mr. Rumor?
Rumor?
Yeah, welding.
No, I didn't have him.
It was, well, my top. If I were to put down my top 5 favorite teachers, it would be Mr. Petard, Mr. Rumor, Mr. Middleton, my U.S. history teacher, Miss Smith, my chemistry teacher. Mm-hmm. Even though I give her a hard time, she was so sweet. And last but not least, let's see. I'm trying to think very carefully. All right. So don't interrupt me. Let me think. Mr. Singleton.
Mr. Singleton.
My credit recovery teacher who helped me, get all my shit together.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. Singleton.
Yeah.
So overall, my thoughts on this movie were, as I wrote them last night, I felt like throughout the whole movie, you had a really good sense of pace. Like, I didn't feel like the movie was rushed, which is actually a common problem. I felt like it was paced confidently. And when I say that, it just means like it just felt like you weren't rushing things. You were giving things enough time for you to see what's happening in the story, but then you would actually move on. Like you didn't rush, but you didn't linger in shit too, which is also can be an issue. You seem to have a natural talent for cuts and transitions. So it felt like you cut right at the right time. You cut to a shot that conveyed the right thing. It served the purpose often of being an establishing shot of the location that you were going to be at, but also the mood of that location too. I did feel like, let me see here. There was not enough investment in the love scenes. So the scenes where we actually saw Tom and her together, which you can go about that a lot of different ways, but I did feel like that needed some work.
Yes, I wanted more. That wasn't in script.
But sometimes it's okay to be minimal with that, because it's like that's the goals of the movie. Like that's like you don't want to give too much of that away a lot.
That's the thing.
You kind of want to build up to it.
I really wanted to add a little more to it, like wedding footage.
That's okay.
Like, a funeral. But then that would be a little too much.
It would be a lot. It would be a lot too much, because you know why? One other thing is there was not enough building up to the emotional reactions. You just kind of handed them over a lot of times. So when I kept saying we got an emotional reaction in that scene, we got an emotional reaction in that scene, there begins to be this thing in storytelling, kind of technical term called the law of diminishing returns, where when you do something one time, you get a reaction. You do it twice in a row, like say if you go from a sad scene and the very next scene is also sad, you get half the reaction you got the first time. If you go from one sad scene to another sad scene to another sad scene 3 times in a row, what happens? You get the opposite reaction. You'll have people laughing at that point. Now, you didn't ever get to that point, but what I do feel like was, yeah, I see this guy is sad. I don't think we needed to see him cry in the very, very beginning. We just need to know he was sad. I kind of feel like that emotion, you probably should have saved it for a later part of the movie to where you can build up to where he actually releases. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I see your point. We could have, that would have been,
because I got it, but I didn't feel it yet. Like, I was like, I understand why he's sad. He obviously lost somebody important, but I haven't gone through the experience of him, I don't even know the person that he's crying about yet. So
I can see your point about that. I agree with you. Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
I got to experience Natalie's being there first, and then I'll care.
I actually can see your point where you're coming from, because you want to see, you want to save all of that emotion for the end, and that would make a lot of sense. I can see why it wouldn't make sense, and I agree. Yeah, I don't think that portion of that scene did not add up, at the right time. It was the wrong time to do it.
Yeah, it's just because I couldn't, even though I wanted to, I couldn't feel it yet, because it's like I didn't know who Natalie was.
I would have replaced it with an alternative scene when Tom faints to the ground, and then he's like, he's having like a nervous attack. He's having like a little bit of a panic attack because he lost someone, and then it's like he rests in sadness, and then he wakes up, and then he gets a knock on a door, and it's his friend Daryl. Maybe I would have loved to see some friends from the past come into the present. Maybe they can knock on maybe one of them, they knock on the door. He's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And then he says, "Hey, give me my medication." And then that year go. He's like, "Hey, don't you gotta get up for therapy? You gotta see a therapist." And then there you go. I would have added that. Maybe a little more to the movie, like that scene. That would have been perfect. But it is what it is.
It's not often that I say this, but probably most of the time, you give a young filmmaker more time to make a film, it doesn't turn out better. It turns out worse. And this is kind of why it's advised to make short films for young filmmakers, because they're not skilled yet at making films, period. So it's like, we know you're going to make a bad movie. Don't make us sit through a 2-hour bad movie. Make us sit through a 5-minute bad movie. In your particular case, I feel like because of the things that I feel like you're naturally good at, the understanding of pace, the understanding of when to cut, the understanding of a lot of the emotional stuff, I felt like you understood. In your case, giving you an extra 30 minutes or so might have made the film better. It probably would have made the film better.
30 minutes?
An extra 30 minutes. I kind of feel like, because of what you were saying about the alternative scene, I felt like you would have seen the things that I'm talking about. Like, you probably were aware of some of it.
There were some things I wanted to add to the movie that would have made the movie a lot more A+. Like, a lot more, the perfect movie. Like, okay, I think this was not my perfect movie.
No, it's not a perfect movie.
This was my, a great film that I made. I made a really good film, but I don't think it's a perfect film.
it was actually good for a 43-minute or 48-minute film.
Yeah.
It was actually good. Most 48-minute films are not good. They're not at this level. You know what I mean?
And it's rare.
It is rare because of things like filmmakers not understanding the pace. You know what I mean? They rush through it, and it's like it's not a good long experience. Here, it seems like you understand the longer you understand how to make it better the longer the work is.
And if I was
use it more.
If I was a critic, I would have given this an A-.
This shot here, I love this shot. This is like one of my favorite shots in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, and it's got the music overlay with it. This is like one of my favorite shots.
I love when I put that same shot right here. Right there. I think
maybe that's a
right
little
here.
bit much.
That was the exact same shot I did.
Okay.
And that's my style. You know, if I see this shot is perfect, it's perfect.
Maybe that was a little bit much, but it was good. Like I felt like I understood what you were going for, the mood of the whole situation and the mood of these shots. You can't underestimate them.
I'm very cinematic and selective with my shots. I'm very aesthetic. That's the thing about me.
Yeah, it was pretty aesthetic. I liked it. Other than the window blown out there, the whole composition here was good. I actually want to do a commentary on my next film, The Chosen Woman, and it's 20 minutes, but not in this one. That one came out, right?
That's not out yet.
You haven't released it at all anywhere?
That would be in January. Okay. I'm still putting in festivals.
Okay, so it's a release in festivals, but not online yet.
Not yet.
Oh, that's fine.
It will be.
Yeah, come back on to discuss that one. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that one had we first premiered that at the Silver Screen for Short Films Festival, and I won that award for Audience Choice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
With Chosen Woman?
Yeah, that one fucking pissed off the audience.
Why did it piss off the audience?
Because the opening of that film was just the way we pictured Christian as an abuser. It was graphic. It was not graphic, but it was very fucking disturbing. So
you had a rough intro
opening, yeah,
into the movie.
It was like a.
But why if it pissed off people, why did it win?
People loved it.
Oh, that's the reason they liked it.
They were pissed. They were like, we had two people in the theater going like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. I was on
triggered some people in there.
I was on the top of the seat, and I see two girls sitting down there, and they were my friends. I think it was my friends. They were saying, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, and the main actor was sitting all the way over there, and
So they were talking about the actor, not you.
Not me. They were talking about the main actor.
That's good. That means it was done really well.
And I was looking at the actor all the way to the end. I was like, you better get the fuck out right now. You have a bunch of women gonna attack you.
That is
the women loved the fucking movie. It was insane.
That's good.
Yeah, we won the film of the year, film of the month, best film of the month, and it was fucking incredible. It was the first nomination and first win. How fucking awesome is that? So that means when it comes to T-Buff, it's gonna get more reception. It's gonna get more positive. It had strong, good feedback. And I can't wait for you to watch it because oh my God, I think you're in for a treat.
I can't wait to watch it either.
Hell's Gift, I think you are in for a treat, but I feel like you're going to have some pacing issues right there because I did it on Sony Vegas Pro. I edit that on Final Cut. And when it comes to Sony Vegas, it's I don't feel that drive.
You feel better with Final Cut?
Final Cut is what made this, the editing good.
I love Final Cut, actually.
Yeah, so when you see it, but I think you'll appreciate the film. Hell's Gift is an hour and 20 minutes.
By the way, I'm Team Adobe. If anybody wonders, I use Adobe, but I appreciate the things that Final Cut does well.
Yeah,
it does a lot of things well.
But yeah,
I mean, throughout the film, one of the strong points is the cinematography for this movie. I love the cinematography. I love the color.
Oh, thanks.
I think the palette is a little bit, it could use a little more control, but I love the color. I love the lighting. You know what I mean? This isn't too dark. I know a lot of filmmakers or people who would say that the lighting is not right because it's not bright enough. But I feel like this is dark subject matter. This is like a dark time. I feel like a lot of times the lighting really served the story well. And then I felt like certain times it needed more control. Like the manager scene where he's being told by his boss he needs to take some time off. There are times when you want the light there are ways that you want to use that light.
Right.
But overall, The locations are good. I love the cinematography. I love the music. I feel like I like this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
There are some things, of course, technical. Like, did it have the right dialogue? The dialogue needed some work. The audio, of course, is not a strong part of this movie. It's a weak part of the movie. But you had a lot of strong parts of this movie. Parts that make it feel like a longer amount of time with this movie would make it better. So, and I don't often say that.
I would say this: go on Facebook and type "The Chosen Woman" because we're gonna show you a little trailer of the film.
You're gonna show a trailer?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's on Facebook. Go on Facebook. Get ready for this one. This one's gonna be